Hey, what is up, mortals? It is Welsley here, and welcome to part 2 of What If Naruto Was Evil. Just wanted to greet you guys by saying sit back and relax, you're in for a treat. And so, we begin. Mizuki lied limp and battered on the dirt. Naruto came back from the euphoria that sprouted from the lack of negative emotion surrounding him. When his senses regained center stage, all that was present was an uncomfortable flutter of regrets and remorse. I killed someone. What am I going to do now? Young Naruto was in a secluded location. No one followed him out of the Hokage's office, and it's doubtful that anyone knows he's there. The situation was an open and shut case of an easy out. Regardless, Naruto felt a strange sense of urgency, like if he didn't do something quick, the rest would catch on. Naruto's spine would shiver just thinking about what he'd done. Is his life over? Surely he should be well off, right? After all, this world is one giant war zone. Anyone could have killed him. Naruto's attention focused elsewhere. He focused on the scroll pressed up against the tree where Iruka is. Naruto slowly made his way towards the scroll, gazing at Iruka with even more regret. A regret that sprouted from blame. He closed his eyes and faced away from his sensei. He couldn't bear his appearance any longer. The young academy student revealed the scroll's contents once more. The knight was still young, and his sense of urgency eventually fled. Its replacement with forbidden knowledge and jutsus from the scroll of seals calmed him. Jutsus that were considered forbidden all bled onto the pages that Naruto gazed his fingertips against. There were too many to even gloss over in one night. Though Naruto did pick one specific technique that caught his eye. The 8 trigrams seal. The symbol that derived along this bit of jutsu seemed all too familiar with Naruto, but he couldn't think of it. Only vague memories of the seal alone would pop in his head. However, Naruto picked up on what it does and its utilities. It wasn't anything he could accomplish mid-battle, but there are plenty of ways to use his jutsu to seal powerful beings or even let them go. A few hours passed. Naruto patched up Iruka-sensei and removed the giant ninja star from his chest. He was unsure if he's even alive anymore or not, but Naruto didn't just want him to sit there the way he did. He faced back towards the scroll to continue seeking knowledge on this new jutsu. The deeper he looked into the 8 trigrams, the clearer things became. His gift of seeing negative emotions in others. Was it something that came from him? Or would it be a power from a certain fox trapped in a cage that he had a premonition of earlier? Naruto began to ponder on the topic. Could it be that someone performed the 8 trigram seal jutsu on him at a very young age? Naruto focused deeper. There's a reason everyone fears or detests him. It only fueled his investigation. Well, there's only one way to find out if that's the case. Naruto slowly raised his hand towards his stomach. He slowly began twisting his wrist counterclockwise while his other hand initiated the counterjutsu for the 8 trigrams. Not even budging the seal by a centimeter. A sharp blitz of pain shot up from the bottom of Naruto's feet to the top of his head. It forced him to ascend to his toes before falling over. The young boy lied on the floor unconscious. A massive red shrine gate stood tall along with a few shrine lanterns that were all that Naruto could see in an endless void with water overlaying the floor. Naruto gazed down only to see his reflection. The closer he approached, the more the lights would shine exposure on that same fox in a cage. As Naruto approached, his throat would haze to a sudden dry spell. It grew hard to swallow. A side effect from the unease he felt as slight tingles would crawl up his spine. Bright orange fur, its aura was intense and suffocating. The only thing that could stop such a massive colossus of a beast from ingesting Naruto down to the bone right then was a wooden cage, and a piece of paper seamlessly kept the entire thing from letting loose. One of the fox's eyes shot open, gazing right through what felt like Naruto's very soul. The kid could feel his bloodstream begin to run cold with fear, as if his life could end at any minute. Its voice rumbled with a harsh growl throughout the temple-themed void they resided. So, The brat finally came to pay me a visit. What insolence to show such weakness before me. What a terrible excuse of a vessel. The fox showed his teeth proudly behind his devilish smile. Naruto's face contrasted that of the demon, a boy whose very essence was replaced by the scarring absence of any sense of bravery he once had. "Speak, worm!" Naruto jumped a bit from the sudden shouting. His throat buckled, and the only thing that communicated from his brain to his throat is how much he wanted to vomit. This poor boy's psyche was beginning to shatter under the presence of absolute adversity. Regardless of the beast's state and the fact that it was sealed, which kept Naruto safe, the presence alone was still enough to scare a kid to this degree. Naruto's voice gently aggressed through his teeth. "What do you want to—" "Speak louder, you sorry excuse of an existence!" Naruto clenched his fists. He began to get sick of this caged beast and his dumb, intimidating voice. "I said, what do you want me to say? My name is Naruto Uzumaki, and I want people to respect me!" The fox laughed in a baffled tone, slamming its paw against the floor of his cage, causing Naruto to lose footing in the water beneath him. "That's more like it. A worm with some backbone. That's what I like to see." The fox's expression shifted back to its usual intimidating demeanor. "So, Naruto's your name. I knew that already." Naruto picked himself back up from the endless ocean floor. "Where am I? Why am I here?" "You are here because you were mere moments away from ending yourself. The seal stopped you from releasing it fully since you're still too weak to do it on your own." "What seal?" "The seal that keeps me trapped here." The humanoid fox pointed towards a small piece of paper that binds the cage. It was slightly torn, a side effect from Naruto's tampering. "This place has been my prison for the past 11 years, ever since they sealed me in that stupid excuse of a baby. That baby being you, that is." Naruto clenched his muscles. This conversation was starting to agitate him. "Don't talk about me like that!" "Nor what? What do you think you can do against me, being as weak as you are? Anyway, the seal. You almost released it. To think you'd learn about the same jutsu that's keeping you alive right now, and you subconsciously almost released it. For brats to be as stupid as they are. Well, I guess tampering with it brought you here. I had no intention of meeting you for a while, but it seems you met me first. You're rather talkative for a caged beast holding so much hatred." That's right. You can see it too. The negative emotions in everyone's hearts. How's that going for you? I saw what you did tonight. It was very entertaining to watch. Did it feel good? What you did?" Naruto's head dropped down as he fell to his knees. The overwhelming guilt he felt from his misdeed only enhanced his struggle. He was frustrated, not only with himself, but how much the beast spoke true. It did. Watching Mitsuki's hatred fade away, it felt good. The trapped fox watched as Naruto was ever so slowly breaking down in front of him, its furry lips once again folded into a smile, exposing his overwhelming fangs. "Naruto, how would you like to rid everyone of their hatred?" Naruto gazed up into the cage, staring right into the eyes of the demon before him. "It's always been my dream, but I don't want to be a killer." "Foolish boy, you already are. You killed that Chunin, and you liked it." "Shut up! That's not who I am. I know it's not." The fox chuckled with a deep growl. "What of your partner? What was his name again? I can't recall. He was so boring and weak I couldn't even be bothered." "Keep Iruka out of your mouth, you damned fox!" "Ah, Iruka, that's right. The sorry excuse of a human you called a friend and a teacher. What a fool to jump in the way he did. You were even a bigger fool for not being strong enough to save him either. But I can grant you that power." Naruto hesitated for a moment. A sweat dripped down his face. I don't want it. I don't need it. You're just an evil beast that's inside of me. You have no power over me. The fox jolted with a burst of outrageous laughter. What a comedic discussion this turned out to be. Silly, pathetic weakling. You think your power is your own. What do you think provides you with such abundance of chakra? What is it that you think gave you the sixth sense you possess now, seeing negative emotion? Naruto's soul left him for a brief moment upon hearing those words. This fox, this demon, was the reason Naruto's living the hell he is. It was the same Kyuubi that attacked Konoha 5 years ago. It was the same Kyuubi that killed his parents in that tragedy. Because of the fox, Naruto never got a chance to meet his parents and doesn't even know their names. It's this beast's fault that Naruto can see just how much everyone around him hates him. So it was you all along then? The reason for my crappy life? The fox smiled. You're starting to catch on. Good. I like it when they're smart. The young boy grew agitated. For this monster to act as if this situation wasn't as serious as it was, Naruto gritted his teeth before standing back up to face away from the fox. Good. Let that hatred for me guide you. I'm tired. Time for a nap. Naruto continued to walk away from the cage. Soon, any light emitted from the temple lanterns vanished into the void. A new light shined down on Naruto before the light flooded into a blinding shine. The young boy slowly exposed his irises to the sun's rays. He raised his hand to block out the blinding light. He sat up and took a look around. He was still in the forest next to Mizuki and Iruka. The scroll was unraveled flat across the floor, right where the young boy left it. Naruto stood up and folded the scroll, harnessing it along his torso so that way he'd still have enough available hands to carry Iruka back home to Konoha. Later that day, Iruka was admitted to the hospital. He still had a chance to live through the wound. As for the scroll, Naruto dropped it off at his place before seeing the clinic, so it's still in his possession. Naruto sat on his apartment floor, studying the scroll further. There would be some time before they found a suitable teacher replacement for Iruka-sensei, so now Naruto's whole class has a few days off. During this time, Naruto carries out his usual daily routine of picking up food. However, he has something to look forward to within his mundane daily life. The scroll. Later into the week, Naruto kept exposing himself to more forbidden jutsu. The more his fingertips rubbed against the old paper, the more he felt himself grow in technique, reenacting what was described on the pages in secret within his own home. It put a smile on his face. He felt closer to his goal. However, a few techniques revealed in those pages, such as Edo Tensei and the technique of pairing that ability with the likes of paper bombs, the mutually multiplying explosive technique, were a bit too dangerous or risky to pull off in bright daylight. Most of the other jutsu provided were either of sacrificial nature or required specific dojutsus to pull off. However, a valuable technique Naruto learned is the opening of the 8 inner gates. One's body would have to be substantially built to recover from this technique. However, running experiments with the first and second gate proved that Naruto's immense chakra could substitute for his body's recovery. Though it was vague, there was a technique that interested Naruto. An ability describing how to use a kunai to teleport to its location instantly, or teleport other objects elsewhere. However, there wasn't enough information to pull it off. There wasn't even a name for this technique. Naruto learned to master his shadow clones to use them as learning amplifiers. He'd go out into the wilderness, summon hundreds, and have them do the same thing. Once they popped, all that knowledge would flood back into his original body. He would repeat the process, and it would take only a few hours what others would have to learn in months, years even. The scroll influenced Naruto's curiosities further. To the point of growing into a studious child, he would not only look into what was provided in the scroll, but when it was finally time to go back to school, he would start paying attention in class. Seeing Hiruzen, the Hokage leading the classroom, was pretty cool for a bunch of youngsters. However, this only made Naruto's guilt for killing Mizuki even more to the forefront. A day after the incident, Naruto hid Mizuki's body underground. To call a burying would say Naruto put him to rest out of respect. But that's not how the young boy saw it. He saw it as a way to hide his mistake. As for the fox living inside of Naruto, there's been no sign of activity from it since their last encounter. Naruto avoided undoing the seal any further as well, hoping that it won't contact him at all. The blonde despised the fox. He was determined to prove it wrong, to rid everyone of their hatred without killing. After school on the same day, Naruto sat on his tree swing once again, reading over today's homework since the clone test was approaching once again. His time alone was suddenly interrupted by another student's footsteps. Naruto glanced up at him to find that Sasuke was standing in front of the swing. "You." Naruto closed the book. "Sasuke? What are you doing here? You never talked to me." "Tch, don't play dumb. We've all noticed your scores have been getting better. What did you do? What tricks are you trying to pull? I'm supposed to be the one on top, not you." This encounter dumbfounded Naruto. He never knew Sasuke cared about that sort of stuff. "Seriously? What do you mean by tricks? I'm just trying to take my future seriously now. I have goals too, Sasuke." His response didn't please Sasuke in the slightest. Matter of fact, it annoyed him. He pointed a finger towards his blonde peer. "I want a battle. Don't get off thinking you're hot stuff now, Naruto. Once I beat you, you'll still just be second-rate against the proud Uchiha." Naruto shut Sasuke down by walking away from him with his back turned. The blue-shirted prodigy retaliated by throwing a few ninja stars. Naruto drew his kunai as he turned to face the stars and deflected each kunai in multiple directions. "I don't have time for you, Sasuke. I have more important things to do." Naruto always hated Sasuke deep down. Yes, he lost his family, but that doesn't excuse his character. He especially detested Sasuke's hatred the most. It was by far the darkest out of most others he had met. "You're not going anywhere, Naruto." Sasuke performed a few hand signs before covering his mouth with a few fingers. He blew out a fireball jutsu directly at Naruto. Thank you all for indulging yourselves in the story thus far. Hope you enjoyed it. Now there are a few more things that I'd like to go over before the video ends. Firstly, we've got a primary channel called We the Celestials. We the Celestials is what we do here already, but their contents center around the crazy world and lore of My Hero Academia. So please check us out over there if you're feeling in the mood for a roller coaster of quirky content. We also have another relative to our channel, Anime Deep Dive. Anime Deep Dive goes deep into the facts and lore of a wide variety of anime. It's sure to expand your weeb knowledge for all kinds of series guaranteed. I'd like to let you all know that on behalf of We the Celestials, we'd like to thank everyone involved in the production of today's awesome content. Their details will be in the description below. If you're perhaps interested in what we do here in We the Celestials, then I'd like to extend an invitation to join the team. The only caveat being we only accept members 16 and older to join our crew. You can find us on our Discord, which you can locate in the description below. Our Discord is an all-round fantastic place to be, whether you're a fan or looking to join our band of misfits. All you gotta do is hit up the recruitment server and sign up for whichever category of work that fulfills your interests. We're always looking for members to join us. Well, that's it from us from today's video, so thank you all for watching and have a great day.